Warning, before this video starts, I would like to say that I am not a professional YouTuber, so this video may not be planned out well, so don't roast me please. Hey guys, it's Cannon and welcome back to another video. Now today I'm gonna be making a video that is quite different from my other videos, so I'm gonna be giving some tips on how to get better at Siege. Now, I'm only a Plat 3 on console. I'm not the best player, I'm not the highest rank around, but I can give some tips on how to get better. For those of you who are like in gold trying to get to platinum, or in silver trying to get to gold, or whatnot, whatever tier of rank you are in. So, I will move on to the first tip. Now, first off, you have to aim at head level, as I did right there to that suicide bomber. Yeah, aiming at head level is very vital in the game. Even though a lot of you probably already know this, I'm just saying this to remind you, and also to the beginners of this game. I've seen people who are in high plat aim at toe level in Siege, which is really bad, cause that's one of the reasons why I lose a lot of my rank matches. Yeah, it's very annoying. So yeah, I'm just reminding you, just so like, you could actually like play better. You know, this is just bothering me a whole lot. Alright, anyways, next tip. So you should, for your next tip, you should play with a less flashy skin. Like I have here on Ash's R4C, I'm using the black skin. So the black skin is like probably the darkest skin in the game. I was gonna buy Obsidian, but I realized that's kind of flashy, I guess, because it's kind of shiny. So I guess I decided to use just like a luscious like black color, because I like the color black, and yeah. So yeah, just like if you don't have a dark skin, then just use like the no skin at all. It's also pretty like dark, I guess. So yeah. Anyways, the benefits of this is that you can actually concentrate better in the game. Concentration in this game is also very vital for obvious reasons, and the way this increases your concentration is that the flashiness of other skins like get you distracted in the game more often. But with the darker skin, you won't be as distracted with your skin, and also the enemies will also have a harder time spotting you and delaying their reaction time to shoot you when you're hiding in shadowy places. Alright, so on to the next tip. The next tip is play with a comfortable sensitivity, cause like, yeah, don't try to impress people by using a high sensitivity. I mean, I myself am using like a somewhat high sensitivity, which is 45 vertical, 75 horizontal, and 25 ADS. It's kind of high, except for my ADS. So yeah, it's also very odd sensitivity, but yeah, I adjusted to this like quite well, and I'm gonna stick with it for a while until I'm getting bored of it or feeling like it's too slow. So yeah, I had to work my way up to the sensitivity in order to like do good. So yeah, if you're trying to force yourself to use a high sensitivity, don't do it. Just like play with the low sensitivity at first, and then move on to a higher one like as you continue to progress in the game. Alright, next tip is play with people who are better than you, or not, well, kind of the same skill set as you, but I recommend better, because if you play with people better than you, then you will get used to a higher level matchmaking, and that'll make your normal matchmaking seem easier to you, and which will allow you to perform better in games. So moving on to the next tip, which is peak corners at the very edge. So if you don't want to know what I mean, it might show up in this video, I'm not sure, but I'll just describe it just in case it won't show up. So peeking the edges of a wall, you gotta like peek at the you gotta, when you're leaning into a corner, you gotta peek at the very edge of it, like right there, what I just did right there. You peek at the very edge in order to have a better peeker's advantage, and with that peeker's advantage you can shoot enemies quicker, and your reaction time will be faster, and their reaction time will probably be slower as well, then which will really help you in 1v1 situations. Now this next tip is almost completely opinionated, so I don't want to force you to follow this, but I'm just gonna tell you this anyways. So use a one-time sight, like for example the reflex or the holographic, if you are using a higher sensitivity, such as myself. Now I use ACOG a lot, but in this clip I'm using the reflex. But so yeah, I'm probably gonna be using reflex and holographic more often than the ACOG in rank now, because I learned that with the higher sensitivity, it's way easier to like use one-time sights. So I don't know if this will help you out, but I hope it does, because it helped me out a lot with my aim and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, now the next tip is don't like crouch walk a whole lot, unless if you're like Cav or something like that, because crouch walking gives you a pretty big disadvantage when it comes to peeker's advantage. So when you slow peek, your peeker's advantage will be less effective on the enemy, and the enemy will have a faster reaction time. So yeah, I really recommend to not do that, because it's bad. Only Cav is sort of good for crouch walking and sneaking up on enemies because of her silent step, which gives her an advantage. But if you are a normal operator, you will have a harder time of being silent, because, you know, especially if you're a one speed, because your fat ass is always walking in and everybody could hear it. So yeah, please do not crouch walk a whole lot. It's just better for your own sake. Now, a final tip that I will show in this video is quick peeking. Now, quick peeking is a very useful mechanism in this game. It's not really something that Ubisoft like really added themselves. It's just a little technique that players can use in order to peek fast. So basically, I'll tell you how to do it on console. I don't know if it's the same for PC or not, but I'll tell you how to do it on console. So in order to do it, get your aim down sights and then lean one way, and then press, okay, so for example, if you're leaning to the left, press the left stick and the right stick like very quickly, well, not simultaneously, just very quickly, like not at the same time, but it has to be the left stick first and then the right, because if you press the left stick, then it will center your leaning. If you press the right stick, it will bring you to the right. So if you press them really fast, then the leaning will be really fast, that's why it's called a quick peek, which I use a lot in this video. So yeah, you could just keep looking at it, just yeah, doing a little lean over there, and then you see me go up here and then do that little quick peek right there. So yeah, that is how you quick peek. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. I hope you were helped out by these tips, and if you did, then leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe as well for future content. And I hope you enjoy. Goodbye, and I'll let you watch the rest of the gameplay if you want, but if you're only here for the tips, then just I guess goodbye for now.
hostiles remaining. Op 4 eliminated.